The views, opinions, and representations expressed on the K-Ghost Radio Network and its website are those of the host, guest, and participants, and they are not necessarily those of or endorsed by the network, its affiliated stations and broadcast, management, or advertisers of the network. The show is found under LGA Broadcasting Network. UFO Talk Radio can, but does not necessarily promote any particular lifestyle, belief, religion, political affiliation, or other personal practice. These shows are for entertainment purposes only, and they are not intended to treat or diagnose and or claim to cure any disease or condition, or give any medical or legal advice. All music is purchased and owned by LGA Broadcasting.
I got the windows rolled down, got the radio up, and I'm heading out of Vegas tonight. And it's a 1:30 on a 4-day run, and the desert is a welcome sight. I can see you there in that dress you wear, and it's keeping my foot on the gas. I drink a gallon of Joe just to make it back home and hold you in my arms at last. There's a full moon shining, lighting up the highway like a beacon to you. If I can make it on time, past a moonlit state line, roll a diesel right on through.
From deep in the desert of Nevada, broadcasting to the world, it's the Glenn Lary Show. You're listening to Glenn Lary on UFO Talk Radio from the LGA Broadcasting Networks. He is back now on UFO Talk Radio, Glenn Lary.
And I am here, and I bid everybody welcome from deep in the desert of Nevada, and from all my ham operators up there and all my worldwide radio guys, $44.99 is not my number, by the way. I do bid you welcome from across all the zones, wherever you may be. This is K-Ghost Radio, UFO Talk Radio. I am Glenn Lary. And to all my affiliates out there and small broadcasters, small radio stations, night drivers, of course. My gosh, I know you're listening. To K6RCL, ham operator friend of mine. And to the Silent Key, that's W Whiskey 60 Baker. I do thank you so much. You know who that is, of course. And KPFF FM Pahrump and KBHR 57 AM Siskiyou, Alaska. Oh, you know who they are too. They're listening all over the world. We do bid you welcome. I thank you for being on tonight listening. We're going to have a fun show. It's going to be open lines, and we'll start that in a few. But I'll tell you, I hope you had a great week. I had a great week, got a lot done. I really worked a lot in the stations that I have. Of course, you know, we got Olympia Radio, and we have UFO Talk Radio, UFO Radio Area 51 Radio, kghostradio.com, UFO Talk Radio. By the way, I want you to go to those websites if you have a chance, and you'll see some of the advertising we got there, which is coming up soon. And we always do push the Pioneer Saloon. Now, you know who the Pioneer Saloon is. It's in Good Springs, Nevada. That's right. And I have such a great time down there. I go there for breakfast, lunch, have my meetings down there. And it kind of gets me out of the studio. And it gets me out of the house. And great people work down there. They have specials on Tuesdays for the locals and what have you. But I'll tell you, a lot of people come from all over the world come there. And they have this asshole association. Oh, it's a club. You don't have to be an asshole, excuse my language, but that's the name of the club. And I have to be a lifetime member. Number one, the first one, I think my number is 63 as a member. They're way up in the numbers. Unbelievable, 90-something thousand. And keep going. And all that money goes to locals here, charity. And yeah, it's quite a story about that. And they have a website that talks about that. The old miner. You'll like that guy. I like him. He's It kind of looks like me a little bit. Well, coming up Saturday, the 18th, from I believe it's 12 p.m. to 12 a.m., they're having a benefit for diabetes, a JDRF. That's right. And it's the Hope Galia. And it's a Mardi Gras theme for New Orleans. And it's kind of cool. They get the place all decorated up, and they're going to have all sorts of type of food like that from New Orleans. While it lasts, of course. A special menu. It's be a lot of fun. They've got a band coming there, like the Vegas Strip Kings, I guess they're called. They're from noon to 4. We'll be having entertainment all day long, and you're going to meet a lot of cool people. And if you want more information, contact www.pioneersaloon.com/MERDI-GRAS-party. Or just call the Pioneer Saloon and just look them up, pioneersaloon.com. Yeah, they got it all. And what a fun place to come and see in beautiful downtown Good Springs. I really support them. They've been very good to me all these years. I've been here 31 years, and I've seen changes, unbelievable changes. People driving by right now waving. Hello, good to see you. And like I say, they're good people, and they do a lot. Old Man Liver, you got to meet him. He's unbelievable. He has a whiskey out, and that's delicious. I mean, okay, all right. No, you got to be 21 to drink, okay? I might think I'm 66, but it's pretty good whiskey, I'll tell you for sure. Okay, I want to say a couple of thanks to a couple of our people out there that support the station. Sheldon Battery. If you want to know about batteries, contact Sheldon Battery. They're local here. They've been around for almost 30 years now. 702, no more than that. More than that, since 60, in the 60s. 702-362-8180. And ask for Jeffrey. He'll tell them about batteries. Why your car's not starting. Well, check this, check that. Give him a call. They're good people. And also Carpets Tiles USA. My buddy Fran. He knows all about carpet. We were talking about that today. He's going to have another radio show discussing how and what to buy in carpet. The quality of carpet. The way it's made. And great guy. 702-265-4419. And that's Fran. Write that down. 702-265-4419. Oh, yeah. And you see Ray Honey on my websites all over. I give that out for Christmas gifts. Great honey. Unbelievable. It's great for allergies. Ask Ray about it anytime, about honey. I'll tell you all about it. And if you have a honey you want to buy honey for, that works. I'll tell you. 702-885-1260. 885-1260. And it's in the area, of course, you know. So when you're in Vegas or whatever and you have problems with your hair, well, I contact Tina's Hair and Extensions. Tina Reynolds, great gal, does a great job with hair. Don't get stuck. She'll tell you all about hair, how it works. 702-591-0033. Those are my people. Love them. Yeah. Well, tonight we're going to have open lines at around 7:30. And we're going to talk about a lot of things. Talking about the China balloon, the spy balloon. Oh, and it landed. Well, they shot it out of the air. Of course, it had to land. And there's another one coming. And I hope we shoot that down before it gets over the United States. You know what I'm saying? We're a little late on that one, aren't we? Over our nuclear sites, over our military sites. They've already got the pictures and sending them back, of course. Now China wants the parts back. They want their cameras back or their whatever's left. Send it back to China. Can you believe that? Okay, you're spying on us, number one. Number two, we're going to send your stuff back to you. We're nice guys. We're Americans. Come on. Unbelievable. No way. No. And you know, of course, the core of the Earth, how that all works. Melted rock, mold, iron, nickel. It's very, very hot. What's it, 10,000 Celsius? Yeah, I think that's what it was. And it's just crazy. It's hotter than the sun. In the middle of that Earth, the magnetism field keeping us together, but it's starting to reverse. Yeah, starting to reverse. Or it is, yeah, every 70 years it does something. And we're going to talk about that tonight if you want to give us a call on that also. The big black hole out there. There's one out there. There's several of them out there, by the way. And there's stars that have imploded. It's a big black hole. It doesn't have to be that big. It could be eye of a needle, a black hole, and it will absorb a lot. That's out there in space. And it's coming our way. Are they around? Well, I don't know. Let's talk about that also. Crazy stuff. Mass gravity holes. The asteroid, Bennu. Yeah, that's around. Light's kind of dimmed. That's my switch on the wall doing that. Yeah. 1 in 1700th chance of it colliding to Earth. It's supposed to happen September 2182. If I'm still around. I don't know. They got the G, what's it, the Cree, that big asteroid too? Well, I don't know. They're supposed to be coming our way. Now, what else can you look forward to? What's next? Well, I might just go out and have a picnic in my local park. I'm not worried about anything. No cell phone, no nothing. Just go sit down, grab your family, grab your friends, go to the park, bottle of wine, sandwiches, what have you, frisbees, and shut off everything and take time out for your family. Yeah. We got enough negative stuff in this world already to worry about. Am I right or wrong? But remember, well, back in World War II, maybe a little earlier than that, China had balloons that had viruses in it and all sorts of stuff. And they send these balloons over and they explode and go amongst the villages and stuff. I'm saying they're sending balloons over. It's kind of different. It's kind of, how would I say it, old technology. And we saw it coming. And here it floats over the United States. And, of course, we didn't shoot it down soon enough. Worried about debris falling on, countries or cities and counties and whatever. And they waited. And they finally did it. What's next to come? Now, will Russia send a balloon over? And we won't shoot that down? I wonder. It's pretty crazy stuff. Of course, I'm not in control of this, mind you. I'm just not my gig. But I'm sure you sat back and wondered yourself. And I'm sure over your family dinners and many, many conversations with family and loved ones and friends, you've had that conversation. What is he doing? What are they doing? Yeah, elections are coming up again, all sorts of stuff. I think the president is speaking tonight. The address. Wonder what he has to say. And how good will it be? And how good scripted will it be? I heard he's been practicing for a couple of days. Getting it down. Pretty crazy. I need to see what happens on that. I'll get to that after the show. And I record a lot of stuff, of course, other shows too. UFO world, lots been happening. A lot of sightings, a lot of triangles lately. Interesting. They're big ones. They're not small. And orbs, bright lights of different colors, separating and then gathering back together. Seen a lot of those. Now, if you go to MUFON, I had the gentleman on last week and on Mr. Gray. And he told you exactly what to go for. Now, if you see a UFO or you happen to experience it at any time in your life, please report it. It's very important we have this documented, of course. You're not nuts. No, you're not. It's being seen everywhere. Multimedia. Unbelievable what you can get out of a camera on a phone these days. And send it. Gentleman that's supposed to be coming on my show, lost contact of him. And I will try again tomorrow to reschedule. Now, next week, mind you, we're going to have, it's Valentine's Day. It really is. And give the loved one that you love a kiss and a Valentine, maybe a rose. Just tell the one that you love on Valentine's Day you love them, even a friend. Email some people too. Let them know how much they're loved. That's a love day. It should be a love day every day, I think. But I'm going to have a special guest on for that night about love potions and all that mystic stuff. And she's really good. Alicia's her name, and she'll be on. And we'll have more about her. But getting some stuff lined up, it's been very interesting. We have a new device for different cameras. And I have to have these certain cords to go to here to there, from USB to HTV, whatever it is, and they plug. It's a long story, but they don't make those cords. I don't think. I have to buy the cords that have another cord on it, and then adapt it, and then it's supposed to work. So we'll see what happens. It's all a learning process. But radio, I think I got that. It's just it's the video stuff gets me down. I'll tell you for sure. Well, we'll be back right after this, and stand by.
Mom, you wanted to talk to me?
The calendar hypnosis into thumbtack cushion, completely tailwind. And sewing elephants plant before cartoon paper cups. So numbers renovate.
If your teenager is trying drugs or alcohol, would you know the right words to use?
Afterward, lightly fish scale. Doorbell.
Find out what to say at drugfree.org. A message from the Partnership for a Drug-Free America.
Every day, people are afraid to report violent crimes. In times like these, choosing to report a crime or helping the police can be a difficult decision. A no-snitching culture has sprung up in our communities, making it unpopular and sometimes even dangerous to report a crime. Do the right thing by calling 911 or your local crime tip line. If you're the victim of a crime, report it. If you know about a crime, report it. To learn more about how to do the right thing, visit ncpc.org or contact your local law enforcement agency.
A message from the U.S. Department of Justice, National Crime Prevention Council, and the Ad Council.
Now, back with Glenn Lary on UFO Talk Radio, deep in the desert of Nevada.
Thank you. Thank you, Ross. Appreciate that. Yes, so here we are on a beautiful night, Tuesday night. Weather's been great, by the way. It was sunny skies here in Nevada, Good Springs area. And weather, about temperatures about, maybe 60, almost 60, but it was nice. No wind. Yeah. And as the sun went down, it got colder, of course. I have a heater inside the studio right now, which keeps it fairly warm. Got this big bay window here, the K-Ghost window, which is from another station out of, I believe, PA, Pennsylvania. And that was given to me by a unique guy, Sean Ely, which is a fantastic artist. He did this up here, and I'll tell you, he can do much more than that. And he's in business. He does his thing. And if you need to get a hold of him, you can get a hold of me at the station here at any time, or just email me. Now, go to the websites, by the way. Go to UFO Talk Radio, kghostradio.com, and you'll hear the broadcast. And you'll hear also in the broadcast side there, it says archives. You'll get the show that was on tonight and what have you. But to see us live, it's YouTube and Facebook and Spotcast and Speakler and of course StreamYard's on right now, so that you can get us there also. But yeah, Sean does a great job. It's been in many magazines. He's done a lot of motorcycles, the gas tanks, the helmets. He's done trucks and cars, vans, school murals, unbelievable, floors of schools. Yeah, basketball. The logo. That's not cool. Yeah, this guy, how good he is. He can do that, and he's creative, and he surprises a lot of folks, and he's been doing it a long time. Now he's building a shop. Yeah, he has a shop for that, but he's building a shop to do him and his dad, for cars and what have you. Hot rods, maybe. Love that stuff. Gosh, remember the old hot rods back in the day? I look back and see all the old cars I had, and I made a list one day of what cars I had. And now they're antiques, of course. And I see the cars today. They all more or less look alike. Kind of a roundness to them all. And they kind of, if you don't know what they are. Now, is that, I mean, you can be confused. Now, back in the day, you knew what a Ford and a Dodge and a Chrysler, and with the difference, what they were Chevys, and you knew what the car was. And if you're lucky enough, you knew the year, because they changed slightly. And when they made drastic changes, when they moved up a couple of years, you knew, wow, boy, what's next coming? I had a book that when I worked for General Motors back in the day, and we were contractors to NASA, and but GM gave us this book of all the cars they were going to make and that they had made, and the futuristic cars. I'll tell you, that's a pretty cool book. and they're hard to get a hold of because they're just given to employees. And I found mine the other day, and I sat back and I chuckled, man, look, it would really fit in today if they did it with the modern technology, Tesla, whatever, in one of these cars, the look. Man, that'd be cool to have those space-looking cars. But now they're round and whatever. I don't get that either, but what the heck. I'm going to say a special thanks to, big shout out to Creekside Diner. I was over there in Pennsylvania. Yeah, Kennett Square. And I had a great time. Met a lot of cool people. She has great food there. She's a fantastic person also. And then she supports fire, police, and first responders, EMS. Do stop by and say hi to Karen, if you would, if you're in the area. It's at Creekside Diner. It's Kennett Square in Pennsylvania there. So, yeah, check it out. I got some vouchers for lunch and dinner. When I get over there, I'm going to use them. I got that for my birthday last year. I love it. And, of course, we support EMS and fire and police and the doctors and nurses. And I want to say hello to the Chief Hall out there in Avondale, Station 23, and all the guys and gals that work there. Fire crew. Yeah, they're volunteer. And the regulars and the guys that get paid. The EMS, all the paramedics. And Clark County, of course, 78, 87, 77. Say hello to them. Metro comes by and waves. I've got to get a coffee pot in here for those guys. What the heck? It'd be kind of fun. Just a chit chat. Talk about old days. Yeah. And what else did I do this week? Well, I got a lot of recordings done, a lot of voiceover work. And I talked to my buddy Fran. He's working on his show, of course. And I told you about the camera situation. That's going to be fun. We'll have inside guests real soon. I could do it now, but it's just, I want to have it tight. You know how it is. You got a project, you want it tight. Yeah. Tightness is important. There they go right past us there. And they're hearing us on AM, FM side, part 15 here, community radio of Good Springs. Yeah. I'm going to open the lines kind of early. What do you think about that China balloon, the spy balloon? What do you think about the core of the earth turning? That happens every 70 years, apparently. And what do you think about that black hole? What do you think about that Bennu asteroid coming? Well, we had a while off, 2182. It'll be in September, though, they say. Who cares? I don't think I'll be around. If I am, we'll see what happens. Yeah, it's quite a ways away. But earthquakes are happening. The poor folks in Turkey, my gosh, just a disaster, just terrible. When these platelets change and we have these earthquakes, my gosh, is it maybe because of the reversal of the core, the spin? They say not to worry about it. The tectonics, the shifting, earthquakes are bad. I've been in a couple of them. Of course, a lot of folks in California experience, but not like that. A 7.9 or what was it? Yeah. Pretty crazy. On the internet here, I'm seeing lots of Canada. Again, thank you so much. Montana, Butte, Montana. Hello out there. And St. Hel, Montana. Over there. Okay, we got California. I got your smiley face over there. I see Washington State. And we're also Oregon. Yeah. Calabasas over there. We see Florida, a lot of Florida, Kentucky, a couple in Kentucky there. But it's all over the map, and that's a big hit. It's 160 so far, just on the radio side. And thank you kindly. Again, you can get us on iHeartRadio too. That's important to know that. And that's, of course, after the show. Once I just push that download, it goes right to all those podcasts. Yeah, iHeartRadio, Archer, Twitter, Spotify, Speakler, Reverb Nation, StreamYard's already there now on Apple Podcast, and it goes right on the internet right away. But so you don't have to wait for that show to come on. You can get it later, and then still will get credit for it. Push the like button, please. Get us up on there and make sure you ask to do the numbers there. Make sure it says, okay, you liked it, didn't like, whatever. Comment, have fun with it. That's what the show is all about. Well, let's try to open those lines a little early, and we'll see if we get some calls. I hope we do. It's going to be a lot of fun for everyone.
To talk with Glenn Lary, deep in the desert of Nevada, lines are open at 1-702-874-1114. That's 702-874-1114. Now, here again, Glenn Lary.
We do have a prompt line also. If you're in prompt, you want to call.
Prompt lines are open at 775-990-8275. That's 775-990-8275.
Okay, I am back. Gosh, the 1114 line's open, by the way. I see that earlier that I showed you a CD, and that is of Chris Ears. He has a beautiful album out. The Butterfly is a great one too. ChrisEars.com. Get a chance to look him up. Quite an artist. My gosh, this guy's got talent. And just to remind you, at the beautiful Pioneer in Good Springs, Nevada, on Fridays and Saturdays. Fridays they have karaoke, and they have music in the daytime. And of course, Saturday they have bands all through the night and day. On Sunday also, a little entertainment there too. And I think he's thinking about jam night also. We'll see how that works out. But I really enjoy the place, and I thank them very much for supporting K-Ghost Radio and doing as best they can. I'll tell you for sure. But now, this China balloon, this spy balloon, it has come over, and there's another one coming. And where's it from? Who has it? Why is it there? What is the purpose? Was it from China? We're going to find out. Hello, caller, and welcome. You are on the air. Where you from? What's your name, please?
Glenn, this is Avery from Florida. How you doing?
Hello, Mr. Avery from Florida. We're doing fine tonight, and we're talking about, of course, the spy China balloon. We're talking about the, of course, the core that which has reversed on us, the inner core in the middle of the Earth. And we're talking about, of course, the black hole and that Bennu asteroid that's coming in 2182. I don't know. We'll see what happens with that, too. What would you like to talk to? Or what do you have in your mind? It's open lines tonight.
Well, actually, I was thinking about the remember the lawn chair guy with the balloons?
Yeah.
And the BB gun?
Right.
Yeah. I was thinking this would be a bad time for something like that to go on.
Well, the guy could, if it was low enough, he could probably shot it out, like sit there in his, like you said, in his lawn chair with his 40-06 or whatever, and shot it out of the sky. Would have saved a lot of money doing it. It cost him a lot of money to shoot that down.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But I mean, the China balloon, that's kind of weird because everybody's playing "Don't Let a Good Crisis Go to Waste." And I saw a thing yesterday where they were talking about, this means China can do an EMP on the United States, and I had a friend of mine call me today and wanted to know about Faraday cages and EMP proof and stuff.
Oh, and, really?
Yeah. There's the Republicans are going to use it to slam Biden. The Democrats are going to use it to slam the Republicans. It's it's just craziness as usual.
Like, bring it on, baby. But think about it. Now, that could have had a device in there that could have shut us all down. Everybody. It could have shut Canada down, us down, and right down boom. And what is that device called again? Can you remind me of that?
It's just an EMP device.
Yeah.
There's different flavors, different sizes. There's some, oh good God. 8 years ago, they were worried about homemade ones.
Really?
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing, because I noticed lately a lot of people are, the whole white supremacists going after the power grid, right?
Right.
And so a lot of people have been, playing that up, and this just kind of plays into that on protecting the power grid from an EMP or terrorist attack or whatever. And so those people are going to be beating the drums on that, trying to get money to strengthen the infrastructure. And it just, like I said, everybody's playing the whole don't let a good crisis go to waste.
Yeah. I was...
then also, don't forget Bilkin, Secretary of State.
Yes.
Was supposed to be headed over to the Philippines to secure us 4 more bases in the Philippines when all this stuff broke out.
There you go. Interesting.
And so it was kind of interesting timing on that side of the house.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of shenanigans going on because the balloons come over all the time.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, shortly after Biden got into office, one came across and was splashed near Hawaii.
Was that from China or where was it from? Does anybody know?
No, that was supposedly from China, and the people in Hawaii reported that they heard an explosion and saw it hit the ground or it hit the ocean, and so people were wondering whether we shot that down or not, or did it go on its own? Because a lot of the weather balloons, they hit a certain height and then they blow up and plummet to Earth.
Right. I've seen those weather balloons. They are big. They're huge. And there's different sizes, of course. But
yeah. I just I went online and you can buy a good I think it was 80-foot one for about $800.
Oh, you better be using it right, because that's a lot of money to put out for a balloon.
Oh yeah, but there's smaller ones that a lot of people sell for scientific experiments.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And there's some good YouTube videos where high school science classes take a weather balloon and strap a GoPro camera on there and send it up. There's some neat YouTube videos on that.
Yeah, pretty cool stuff. Do you think that this one coming? No, they say it's from China. How do they know that?
Well, okay, there's China said they have the one that's over South America right now.
So they said they have one. The other one's coming. So please don't shoot that down. Is what they're saying.
Well, I mean, it's well, you all see it. Because they claim this one and they claim the one over South America. I mean, so it's a civilian weather balloon. I mean, I would, you gotta remember, China would send up just a regular weather balloon just to see how we react.
Maybe so.
See if we scramble jets. See if we, well, especially over, Montana and Malmstrom Air Force Base and stuff like that.
Yeah, pretty interesting.
Well, I mean, but you send something like that just for signals intelligence, just to see what kind of chatter you get.
Yeah, and especially over that base where the UFOs actually stopped those warheads from working back in the day.
Yeah.
How about that one?
That was Malmstrom. Yeah, that was back in the 70s.
Mm-hmm. I think it was 60s. I think 68, 69, something like that. Yeah.
I was reading an article on that last night, and after that, I guess Northrop Grumman went in and changed a bunch of the electronics and whatnot, but they had no clue how it happened.
Right. Well, it happened, and that was quite a huge light craft at that time. And it rattled it with
but that was also at the same time with the Soviets had a bunch that were turned on.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Missiles that were turned on, ready to launch.
Do you think that
but that hadn't happened lately? So
No, thank
Well,
God.
not that we know of.
Not right. True. I'm just hoping that these aliens or these UFOs, unidentified flying objects, or what they may call them today, will stop that from happening. Stop us from destroying ourselves.
Well, you would kind of hope.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, this beautiful globe, this beautiful Earth is so beautiful. I mean, it's the bomb out there to see in the universe.
And I think that's what the Greys and stuff like that.
Right.
I think that's part of their job is to keep us from destroying the place.
Right. I agree with you. I hope that's the case too.
Well, somebody's got to watch over this, right?
Oh my gosh, the kids have matches.
We're not responsible.
Yeah, if the kids have matches, now watch them. Let's take, you know. But I have not caught the president's speech. I'll get that later. I guess it's tonight. I don't know. State of the Union address. I don't know what he's doing, but I must catch that later on. I try not to talk about politics on the station. We're theater and UFO and what have you. I'm going to have a Scowl on next week. It's going to be a lot of fun for everybody. She's a mystic, and she knows about love potions and all that. Yeah. As I look out the window, I'm seeing that the moon is coming up, and it's bright. It looks like a full moon, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, beautiful. Gosh. And I'm just waiting for the crafts to land in front of this yard in front of the station. But anyway, and how was your weather in Florida, my friend?
It's it's a little chilly for Florida, but other night today was beautiful and bright and sunny, and so it's good little contrast. You know, I'm ready for the warm weather though.
Right. And do you have much air light pollution around you? Can you see the stars? Okay.
Oh, not where I'm at. I got good. I'm out in the woods.
Oh, great.
I can see the stars good. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Lot to watch up there. I tell everybody to keep watching the skies, and go ahead and meditate. You never know what'll happen.
Oh yeah. And that's what Earl Grey on his talk when he was talking about manifesting some of the UFOs.
Yes, quite the guy, huh? Very interesting.
Oh yeah, and I can't wait till you get him back on.
Yeah, we're going to have him back on, and I know he's pretty busy doing some lectures and stuff. And he works for that college and what have you, but we will have him back on.
Oh yeah. Well, and that was another thing is it'd be great to contact him and see if you can get some pictures of his students' artwork.
Yeah, that was quite interesting. What he had to say about that. You know, a lot of hits here. Love about the UFO situation. His last show. I'll tell you, I've read the comments and on the radio side too, which is nice. I have a little bit of a blog looking. I've got this light dimming once in a while in the studio because it's on a dimmer, and the dimmer's always done that. Instead of having full blown washing the sign out on the air of the cameras, you'll see that dim once in a while. No, I did pay the electrical bill. I didn't know that, but Avery, yeah. Now, what's the story with Stephen Gibbs? I went through some archives of the night, and we're going to come back to time travel and talk about that. It's going to be a full 2 hours, and I'm going to play some of Stephen Gibbs tapes that we had with him, and of course, you know, he was on Art Bell Coast to Coast and some other folks and other programs. We treated him with respect, and he's a very brilliant person, and he did pass away. And what year was that he passed? Was it last year, the year before? Or?
It was actually December 12th, 2021.
Okay, all right, yeah.
Yeah.
And did he have a heart attack or something, or what happened?
Probably he had fell and hit his head, so it could be a toss up between heart attack or cerebral hemorrhage. But he was had hit his head, went to the hospital, and then his sister checked him out and spent the weekend with his sister, and then she left him, and she went home, and he was getting antsy, and then that Monday, couldn't get a hold of him, so had a welfare check done, and they found him dead.
Sad.
So, or passed away. Yeah.
I wonder what happened to his archives, his paperwork.
Well, that's a question. More than likely, his sister has them, but there's no telling, and a lot of people are asking that question. A lot of people are looking for the notes and archives and whatnot, and so we'll see. We're still trying to find out.
Well, whoever gets those, I'll tell you. For those folks out there that don't know the name of Stephen Gibbs, he built a time machine. And go ahead with that, would you? What it was?
Oh, well, it's a hyperdimensional resonator.
There you go.
And so it the hyperdimensional resonator has got a long story on how he got the schematics. Couple of different stories. One was he got it from a future self, and then he got it, then it's another story is that he got it from a couple of time travelers, the schematics, and then he kind of ran with it. And he improved it over the years, and so it's for lack of a better term, a time machine.
Yeah.
You can time travel with it, but it's more of a multi-dimensional manipulator.
Interesting.
So you can take your mind's eye and travel. Or you can do a lot of things. It's kind of a brain hack tool. So there's a lot of different things you can do with it. It's cross between radionics and there's a lot of different things going on there.
Yes.
What I believe is it stimulates it synchronizes both hemispheres of the brain, stimulates the pineal gland, and also stimulates and synchronizes with the second brain, your gut, and then with the radionics, you can tune it to anything you want to desire. So it's kind of an interesting device. And lately I've been thinking of how to kind of improve on it and move up. Steve would kind of, he was happy where he was at on it.
Yeah.
But it was kind of a 1990s
type of
1980s technology.
Yeah. The way you made it even. And I've seen many of them out there. I think they went for like $300 something or what have you. I don't know what it was.
Well, it originally was $360, and now good luck trying to find one.
Yeah, now they're worth something. Isn't that incredible?
Yeah.
Art Bell had one, and I have the same one that Art had, thanks to you, by the way. And it had the same one that they sent to Art bought from him, matter of fact. I'm going to try to get a hold of Mad Mark. I don't know where he's at. And he was on Art Bell's show, Midnight in the Desert, I believe. I really want to find him. Some say he's dead. Some say that he jumped through the big time warp that he made. And if anybody wants to know about that, there's other shows out there, folks. Mad Markham. And boy, I'd like to get him on. And I'm working on it. Trust me. I've got some people looking for him, and I've done some. We're getting pretty close, but oh boy, can this kid hide? If he's alive, or if he's not even here, he might be in another dimension, or he might be in the future.
Yeah,
Who knows? I mean,
that's always a possibility.
Someone knows something. I'll guarantee you that. And I've watched all this stuff too, but I'll tell you for sure.
I'm kind of curious. Jesse Ventura,
yes,
on his on his program. I think it was like Conspiracy Theory or something like that. Jesse Ventura.
Yes.
He did a show on time travel.
Right. And
they showed up in Vegas at whatever the Pyramid Hotel there.
The Luxor.
They had got some psychic who was going to help them time travel. And one of his, I think, Jesse Ventura's son, I think it was his son, somebody's son, showed up with a HDR, Stephen Gibbs HDR unit. Huh. And the psychic walks in the hotel room and said, "Oh, don't even turn that on.
Ooh.
You'll disrupt everything and cause a negative vortex and some other stuff." I thought it was kind of funny that Jesse Ventura, was scared of the hyperdimensional resonator.
Yeah. Well, I have not strapped mine on. I have not strapped mine on, my friend.
Well, not that you know of.
You got that cold, huh? Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm sorry. Sorry, my friend.
Yeah, trying to recover from that.
Yeah.
That's been lingering on. That's, yeah.
A lot of people have it. And it's not COVID.
Yeah, be careful what you wish for.
Yeah,
so,
that's true. Yeah, I haven't strapped that baby on because I just won't do it. I need to have all what I got so far all together. If I start really losing it, they're all gonna know. Well, he strapped it on, and.
Oh yeah. It's a collector's item. Well, actually, it's because that would used to get me. Everybody used to balk at $360, and I'm like,
oh my God,
would you pay $360 for a work of art?
Yeah, that's about what it is, and it does. I haven't put it on, but I did plug it in and vibrate. I did something. I didn't like it. Unplugged it real fast, but
yeah. But it's handmade work of art.
Yeah.
You're not going to touch anything. Like you're not going to find one of those anymore.
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's on the shelf with all the other radio stuff I have, all the cool stuff, UFO stuff, and a person sent me a rock, moon rock, which is pretty cool.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. You don't find those hardly anymore. I got a bunch of space stuff from the shuttle and from JPL, by the way, the camera lens, the 4 or 5 camera lens deal that with a reject, and I got that, and that's one of a kind. So that's kind of cool stuff, I love this stuff.
Matter of fact, I was talking to you about the STS external fuel tanks.
Yes.
And the original concept on the Von Braun
rocket.
Well, no, the Von Braun space station.
Right. Okay.
Was to take external fuel tanks and link them all together and make the circular space station, the old school 2001 Space Odyssey.
Right.
Space station.
Very feasible.
Well, just so happens down the road from me at Green Cove Springs, there's an STS external fuel tank. So I'm going to go take a look.
Yeah, why not?
Well, I should be able, from how it's constructed, I should be able to tell if it was made to be a dual use or if the hatchways and the portals are only a foot and a half, it wasn't made to be inhabited. But if they're big and spacious and big-sized doors and whatnot, that means that they had other uses for that.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's a lot of stuff laying around they're still using or haven't used. It's just storage. Oh, people won't know what that is. Just lay it out there, and they bring it in.
It was bought by a local museum, and it got on a barge from Canaveral and made it as far as Green Cove Springs, and they're still waiting to get money to transport it out to Keystone Heights, where the museum's at.
Isn't there a graveyard of stuff like that? I'm quite sure there is.
Oh, yeah.
I know a guy who bought some NASA computers, and they work.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
And he's got some cool stuff from the space, from the Apollo missions that came across. And they want some of that back. Wow. They want it back. Well, I'm sorry. I got that in auction. A surplus.
Well, Yeah, that whole Apollo thing. I mean, there's I can't believe there's still debate on whether we landed on the moon or not.
Yeah, pretty crazy. And I've seen some things that, but I got a Bible. Put your hand on the Bible if you were there, and God see it, and God's on the Bible. I was there. You were on the moon, and all this stuff. Come on. We were there. I worked at Delco Electronics where they did the moon rover. That's what they worked on that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and the testing and all that stuff. And boy, the stuff I saw, they were there. Yeah, come on. Unbelievable stuff went on. And we had the technology, and we had the tooling, and we had the guys that could do the tooling. But now, a lot of folks don't have that capability to make the tooling anymore. They're dead and
lost
gone.
A lot of that.
Yeah, and they'd love to find some guys that can do that. Go back, step back a little bit, make it happen. And the machine shops back there are unbelievable.
It was something where they were doing some ransomware stuff on the computer programs, and so they had to go back to an old computer program. Uh-huh. They couldn't find anybody who knew how to use the old computer programs.
Yeah.
And so they put the word out and finally found some guys in their 70s and 80s who and brought them out of retirement to work on computer programs to save them.
That's great. Oh my gosh. Well, that's what a lot of talent out there. A lot of folks that have the talent and maybe up in age. I know a group of people right now. That's all they do. They're a member of a group that do investigations and cold cases and what have you. And they're retired from the FBI to whatever.
Oh,
and
nice.
They're a team, and I know them very well. And I'll do some research and stuff for them. They're cool people, and they're up in age. But hey, you get your mind. You're doing well. Get around a little bit. Come on, join the team. That's what it's all about, man.
Well, and also they've got knowledge that's not written down in books,
right?
And
it's real experience, real gut stuff,
Oh yeah. It because I used to I worked in some intel centers, and I would go to the old timers and say, hey, what do you know about this? And they would kind of look up, and it was like, oh yeah,
oh yes,
and start telling you all sorts of crazy stories.
Yeah. Just imagine some of the secrets that they have. They're probably whatever but they know something. They've been there. This is God, man. Knowledge is power. Trust me, it really is. And well, thank God they got those guys to come back and regroup and do it. We're going back to the moon. You've heard that, yeah?
Yeah.
And the launch.
Yes. Well, I don't think we ever left.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah. Many launches have happened in Vandenberg and what have you that are going up. They're not talking about what it was, what type of launch is it.
Well, you got the Air Force program.
Yep.
Which is now the Space Force program.
Yep.
And their budget, is a lot bigger.
There's some tails off of that too, along with India, what they're doing, and their space program.
Yeah.
So there's
the X-37B, our robotic space plane.
Right.
That's got some interesting. Because every time it goes out for a little bit longer, and you're talking like 2.5 years. This last one that came back was gone for 2.5 years, and I was looking, going, because supposedly it was, flying around the Earth, and I was like, well, 2.5 years, that's kind of a long mission.
Well, along with Tesla too, by the way.
Oh yeah. Is that still up there?
I believe it still is. I don't think it's in great shape though. I wonder if it's been pitted and what have you, and I don't think the music's still playing. I might have a solar panel to it. Who knows? I don't know. Does anybody know? Well, email it.
I don't know. Well, and a friend of mine didn't know that was homage to the movie Heavy Metal.
Yeah.
The animated movie Heavy Metal. That was homage to that.
Was it not another song that was like Ground Control to Major Tom? That one of the things that have been played.
Yeah,
on
but the opening scene to the animated movie Heavy Metal is a convertible coming back into Earth.
Yes.
Doing a re-entry.
Pretty crazy. I want to remind some people out there, my friend, just real fast here about OlympiaRadio.com. Wednesday night we're doing a show on the radio side there, and we may have it on the their, I guess, the face page there also. But it's all vintage stuff, music, and what have you. But it will be on the radio side for sure. So those folks from Olympia, Washington, that's your show, it's your channel, and it's about Olympia, and it's about a lot of fun stuff. Class of 71 to 75, 76, 77, whatever. Yeah, a lot of fun stuff at Olympia.
Nice.
I grew up there. That's why I'm doing it. That's why I always, on OlympiaRadio.com, and I'm going to keep it. And there's some other ones out there but it's not the same. No, they're not even they're from the Netherlands. And they're using the name. Yeah, right. Okay. I have a collection of Olympia beer stuff. You wouldn't believe it,
So where do I find a picture of you as Elvis?
Well, I think if you go into the Facebook page and go way back, you might find one.
Nice.
Or go to LaryGlennAnderson.com and you might find, I think it's in the gallery 1 and 2. You'll find some stuff there too. It's a web page. If it's still up, I don't know. I'm just doing radio now. Maybe a little comedy, who knows? But just having fun with that,
Oh, yeah.
Well, listen, Avery, I got to go. We're getting about tied up here, but I want to thank you dearly for calling. I do appreciate it. And my gosh, it's great to have you on. It really is.
Yeah, and I'm really the YouTube YouTube live stream. That's perfect.
Oh, is it good? Good. Glad to hear it.
Yeah, perfect for me. That's yeah.
Good. And I hope it's perfect to everybody else. Don't forget to like the show, subscribe to the show, please, everyone. And we do thank you again. Avery, we're going to have you on. We're going to talk about Time Machine, Time Travelers, and that's going to be coming up this very soon. 2-hour show with some archive stuff. It's going to be really good stuff. And I got some stuff from Art Bell, too. Some friends of his sent me some cool stuff also. All right, my friend.
Sounds good, Larry.
You be well.
Okay, you too.
All right,
bye-bye.
Yes. It's about 7:57.
From the high desert in Great America Southwest, broadcasting live deep in the desert of Nevada, the Glenn Lary Show.
He is back now on UFO Talk Radio, Glenn Lary.
And thank you so much, Ross. What a great guy. You can hear him on KHO, I believe it is, up there in Reno. Great man. It's a great job. A great announcer. And we're very privileged to have him do our commercials for us. He did a lot of stuff for Coast to Coast in his day and for a lot of big stars out there in radio. He helped me out. Yeah. You got to love radio, folks. I really do. And if you get a chance to start your own podcast or your own, radio show, have fun with it. Yeah, it's got to be a passion because it's a lot of work. And it costs a little bit of money. Yeah, it does. Okay, well, you save and you get. I'm on retirement and I run the whole thing myself. And you might want to check out the web pages, kghostradio.com, UFO Talk Radio. It's all there. And just read the page. And we do take donations, and we appreciate that too. Keep us on the air, keep the lights going, keep the candles up, and what have you. Yeah. Again, we want to thank the Pioneer Saloon. We want to thank station, where are those guys at? I don't want to forget the limits, the Clark County Fire, 78, 87, 77. Of course, my guys in station 23 in Avondale. Yes, again, thank you so very much. Well, we've had a good time. Next week, make sure you tune in. Tell everybody it's going to be a fun show. Valentine's Day. And you're going to get a kick out of that show. I'll tell you for sure. Again, thank you so very much. Be well and play well. I am Glenn Lary. And hopefully next time we may have maybe Barbara call. Oh, it might be a passionate day for her. You never know. You know what I'm saying? I am Glenn Lary, and I do thank you again. Be well. God bless. Play well.